We've had the pastry rolled out on the machine. Each ring needs lining now, what we call hand lining. You have to cut an exaggerated circle, allowing enough pastry to go up to the side wall. Place our rings back on the tray. Lift the pastry. A bit like making a pizza, really. And what you have to do now is manipulate it into the ring. But you must try and keep the walls as smooth as possible. This is the hardest one to do because it's the biggest one, the biggest ring. As you can see, I'm just trying to manipulate it. You need to go right to the bottom. And like I say, you have to keep the wall as smooth as possible. What I tend to do, bit of pastry, and this just eases it in to the bottom. Trying to keep the walls as crinkle free as possible. Okay, that's the biggest one done. That's the hardest one, that. That's the middle one. There we go. Fold it in. You notice how thick the pastry is. This is because, obviously, there's going to be a lot of pork meat in here. It's got to support the pork meat. Be quite a thick, and with it being boiled ham risen paste, so it should be nice and crisp when it's been baked. Same as the big one, ease it in. You don't want to stretch it because then you'll have a thin wall and that could be disastrous. So finally the top tier. The smaller it is, it's easier to do. This is this particular pastry is boiled pastry. This is what we use for when you're doing ham risen products, and this being a wedding cake pork pie, so everything's got to be bob on with it. So as long as got a smooth surface in there. So that's the back in our rack. Now we move on to our lids. I've already marked them out, so just following it round now with the knife. There's a venting hole in the middle. Quite a large one because it's quite a large pie. The biggest one, the biggest base. Obviously, when the pork's cooking, it will give off a lot of steam, a lot of moisture will be coming out. So if you don't put a venting hole in, the lid will really blow out and probably crack. So you've got to let some of the steam to come out. So the venting hole is there for that. Okay, so now we're going to do some top decoration for the pie. I'm just thinning out this pastry because I don't need it as thick. knife now. So just a basic leaf shape, and I'll show you later on when I put them on top how effective they look. I do the pork pie wedding cakes. I've done them ever since we started doing them. I have made them. I've done a photo here with a butter topping. They wanted butter on the top because I think it was the bride didn't want pork, she wanted butter. So that was quite a challenge. So if you can see now you put a few lines on that they represent a leaf now. You can see there's quite a lot of work goes into doing these, all handmade. And what I do now, just to check, I'll just place them on here just to plan them out a bit to see how they look. So, yeah, like I say, I don't do them all identical because I do like the different, like the artisan look with one's a bit bigger, one's a bit small. You know what I mean? I think it gives the look. It does. So yeah, I'm happy with that. This will get recycled. We don't waste it. Putting my pork in now. Obviously, I've got to really quite press it down because you want it to go into the bottom and into the corners. So you can see with the amount of pork what's going in. That's why this is a premium pie. Actually, I think when they put the decoration on and everything, I think that makes it. It does. But you'll see when I bake them how nice they look when they come out as well. To the base. As you can see, I'm just forming it up a bit because obviously I need it to stick, but I also need to cut the overhang off because I can't have this overhang because I'll never get my ring off. So once they're joined together, just go around the edge like so. Take the scrap off, and then what I'm doing now, I'm just bringing it out so then I can get the ring off when it's been baked tomorrow. So you should have something like that. You need this butt here, and then you just your thumb and finger, give it a castellation. Let's move it round. Take your knife then, push it up hard against the ring, and then just cut round. So, getting rid of the excess pastry. So then you can see the edge of the ring there. So, because when it's naturally baking, it will want to fall over a bit. So, there is the most important part of when the baking process is when you come to what we call de-ringing it. So when you take this ring off after about an hour in the oven at 150, the reason it's so low is that you've got to cook out all this pork, and there's a massive pork there as you can see. So we've got to get an internal temperature above 85 degrees. And it's got to be held there for a minute. So I will put my thermometer in there. So this ring will just go like that, and you know, jobs are good. Make sure your brie rolls in the centre as best you can. Yep. And then same again on this one. Manipulate the pastry up into, so it all binds together nicely. You can manoeuvre them a bit if you're not happy with it, but they look Damn fine. And that's how you make a Green Arches wedding pork pie. What we'll do with this now, we'll put it into the refrigerator, and then tomorrow morning, early doors, I will get it out, let it recover a bit. Bring it back to some room temperature because it's been in a refrigerator at 3 to 5 degrees all night, and then I'll bake it at 150. It'll have a first hour with the ring on, and then comes the crunch where I have to check it out and I have to take these rings off, and then I will have to egg it again, and then it goes into the oven. Maybe it's usually about another hour, but it depends if I can get the temperature up. Usually at 85, held it for a minute, I'll be happy that I know that pork's cooked and everything. I'll probably egg it. It's probably twice to give it its rich dark colour. And then it's up to the girls in celebration cake to whip their magic and decorate it nicely. Sometimes the egg sticks on the ring just a touch, so just gently going round with the knife. Just to make sure nothing catches. A bit caught there, but should be alright. Moment of truth. Look at that. Oh, this is the one. Oh yes. Believe it or not, it's all about the greasing. It is. Wow, wow, wow. Blast away with the egg. This will give it the golden brown finish and the crisp. This is normal egg, what you have on your bacon butties. Turn the oven up to 180 now.